जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी 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 यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिजगाचार्य अश्रुत श्रीमद वचनारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की गंगा यमुना माई की भक्ति देव की तुलसी महारानी की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की समवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories Shri Guru and Gauranga all glories Srila Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपदाय पदाय श्रीमते जयपताय स्वामिने नामने नमः आचार्यपदाय So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3, text number, Prabhu? 32. I think here the words are very small for me to read. 32. Thank you. Okay. Shinvatam granatam viryani uddamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Shinvatam granatam viryani uddamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Shinvatam granatam viryani uddamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Shinvatam granatam viryani uddamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Shinvatam granatam viryani tamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Shinvatam granatam viryani uddamani harer muhu yata sujataya bhaktya shuddhenatma vritadibihi Vaishnavis, Shinvatam, of those hearing, Granatam, and chanting, Viryani, the wonderful activities, Uddamani, able to counteract sin, Hare, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Muhu, always, Yata, as, Sujataya, easily brought forth, Bhaktya, by devotional service, Shuddhyet, may be purified, Na, not, Atma, the heart and soul, Vritadibihi, by performing ritualistic ceremonies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. One who constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord and hears and chants about His activities can very easily attain the platform of pure devotional service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Purport. One may very easily practice chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord and thus become ecstatic in spiritual life. Padma Purana states, Nama aparada yuktanam namani eva harantyagam avishranti prayuktani tani evartha karanicha. Even if one chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra offensively, One can avoid offenses by continuously chanting without deviation. One who becomes accustomed to this practice will always remain in a pure transcendental position, untouchable by sinful reactions. Shukadeva Goswami especially requested King Parikshit to note this fact very carefully. There is no profit, however, in executing the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. By performing such activities, one may go to the higher planetary systems. But as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.21, Chine punye martya lokam vishanti. When the period of one's enjoyment in the heavenly planets is terminated because of the limited extent of the results of one's pious activities, one must return to earth. Thus, there is no use in endeavoring to travel up and down in the universe. It is better to chant the holy name of the Lord so that one may become fully purified and eligible to return home back to Godhead. That is the aim of life, and that is the perfection of life. Next also. Okay. Okay. Verse number 33. Devotees who always lick the honey from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna do not care at all for such material activities which are performed under the three modes of material nature and which bring only misery. Indeed, devotees never give up the lotus feet of Krishna to return to material activities. Others, however, who are addicted to Vedic rituals because they have neglected the service of the Lord's lotus feet and are enchanted by lusty desires, sometimes perform acts of atonement. Nevertheless, being incompletely purified, they return to sinful activities again and again. Purport: a devotee's duty is to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. One may sometimes chant with offenses and sometimes without offenses. But if one seriously adopts this process, he will achieve perfection, which cannot be achieved through Vedic ritualistic ceremonies of atonement. Persons who are attached to Vedic ritualistic ceremonies but do not believe in devotional service, who advise atonement but do not appreciate the chanting of the Lord's holy name, fail to achieve the highest perfection. Devotees, therefore, being completely detached from material enjoyment, never give up Krishna consciousness for Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Those who are attached to Vedic ritualistic ceremonies because of lusty desires are subjected to tribulations of material existence again and again. Maharaj Parikshit has compared their activities to Kunjara Shaucha, the bathing of an elephant. After hearing from the mouth of their master about the extraordinary glories of the Lord and his name, fame and attributes, the Yamadutas were struck with wonder. Since then, as soon as they see a devotee, they fear him and dare not look at him again. Since this incident, the Yamadutas have given up the dangerous behavior of approaching devotees. For the Yamadutas, a devotee is dangerous. When the great sage Agastya, the son of Kumbha, was residing in the Malaya hills and worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I approached him and he explained to me this confidential history. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the 6th canto, 3rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Yamaraj Instruct His Messengers. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa कथामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितान्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललितान् श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas, especially my seniors like Sumitra Krishna Prabhu, to say a few words for my own purification. So we are celebrating the Holy Name Week, and I think there have been wonderful descriptions of the Holy Name by various senior devotees over the last 1 week in connection with Ajamila's pastimes. So here in today's verse, it is said, then one who constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord and hears and chants about his activities can very easily attain the platform of pure devotional service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. So, this entire chapter, particularly this portion of Srimad Bhagavatam, the theme of this chapter is exclusive surrender unto the holy name. Exclusive surrender unto the holy name. So, it says, by constantly hearing the glories of the holy name, constantly hearing the holy name, by constantly hearing the activities of the Lord, one can become a pure devotee. The ultimate goal of a devotee is to attain Krishna Prema. And this has to be done constantly. I am just remembering a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is something similar to a famous verse. Saveda datuhu padavim parasya duranta viryasya ratanga pane yo mayaya santataya anuvritya bhajeta tatpada saroja gandham. So, Saveda Dhatuhu. How can one know Krishna? Can anyone know Krishna fully? But anyway, in the translation here, Prabhupada says, and in several places, Prabhupada says, one can know Krishna fully. I'm not saying, Prabhupada saying, you have to ask Prabhupada. He is saying that one can know Krishna fully. But how can one know Krishna fully? He is giving 3 measures. First one is, he says, Amayaya. The first word is called Amayaya. Amayaya means unreserved. We all reserve. There are two of them going to a temple, and one is putting 2,000 rupees note, and another person is coming and putting a 2 rupees note. Who is greater now? 2,000 rupees or 2 rupees? Both of them, Prabhu says. So, here we are, in this particular context, we are talking about unreserved. So, unreserved means you don't reserve anything for yourself. You give everything for Krishna. This is what is called unreserved. So, though he has given 2,000, he is a billionaire. For him to give 2,000 rupees is insignificant. On the contrary, the other man who went to the temple, entire earning at that day that he has in hand is nothing more than 2 rupees. And he put the 2 rupees to hundi. So who is unreserved now? Who is unreserved now? 2 rupees or 2000 rupees? 2 rupees unreserved now. So Lord is so much. Yes. At least, yeah. So from the context, Prabhu is nice said. So from the context of this devotee, he is not reserving anything for himself. He gives everything to the Lord. So the first word is called, what is the word that we used? Amayaya, means unreserved. We should not have any reservation. The second word Prabhupada uses, santataya. Santataya means without any gap. We know the famous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. The famous verse, actually the seniors say, there is only one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. In order to understand that verse, there are so many, 17,999 verses have been given. And that one verse is, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Ahaituki apratihata, costless and uninterrupted. Here Prabhupada is using a word santataya, without interruption. Without interruption. There is no cause for his devotional service. Devotional service can never be interrupted. For a devotee who is sincere, his devotion is never interrupted. Narad had a very short, Narad Muni, in his previous millennium, who was born as a son of a Shudra, had an association of the Bhakti Vedantas. He says Bhakti Vedantas. It's not a general term as sadhus. Bhakti Vedantas. So he had the association of this Bhakti Vedantas. What is the essence of all Vedas? Vedesya Sharvam Ahavedyo Vedantakrit Vedavit Yeva Chaham. The end of all Vedanta is Bhakti, and those who are expert in Bhakti Vedanta is called Bhakti, expert in that is called Bhakti Vedanta. And this Narad Muni had the association of these Bhakti Vedantas for a duration of 4 months. And because Narad Muni was a little sincere, he's saying to Vyasadeva in the first canto, 4th, 5th chapters, because they saw some little sincerity in me, and I was not playful, I was not playing games, I was just dedicated to their service in a little menial way. And whatever the essence of the Bhagavatam was given to me by those Bhakti Vedantas in disciplic succession. What was given to Narada, what was given to Brahma, after trying a tapas for a duration of a celestial year of 100 years of Brahma, what Brahma got from Krishna was given to Narad Muni by his menial service for a period of 4 months, and the same message is available to all of us. The essence of Srimad Bhagavatam is available to us, but this is required to be heard from the Bhakti Vedantas. So Narad says, I was fortunate, I could hear this from the Bhakti Vedantas. It was an atmosphere surcharged with devotion. How fortunate are those devotees who are just surrounded by the temple and always visiting this temple. I mean, I'm sure all of you know, but we have to constantly appreciate this is an atmosphere surrounded with, fully surcharged with devotion. And the association of Bhakti Vedantas. So he could get this knowledge of the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam in the form of Chaturshloki Srimad Bhagavatam. So he is talking about uninterrupted. The first word is Amayaya. Second word is Santataya, is uninterrupted. And the third word that he uses is Anavritya. Rupa Goswami says, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam. One should do this devotional service with favorable. One should do service to Krishna in a favorable way. So anuvritya, in a favorable way. If one does these three things, what is the result? One can know Ratanga Pani. We visit, I think devotees many times visit Kumbhakonam. There are famous temples. One is Chakrapani, one is Sharangapani. Here he is saying, one can know Krishna who is Ratangapani. Who is Ratangapani? Why is he called Ratangapani? He took the chariot wheel in order to protect his devotee Arjuna against Bhishma. So he is called Rathangapani. So one can know this Krishna in full by doing these three lessons that I am learning today. Unreserved, uninterrupted and Anukulya. If we do this, Rathangapani will be revealed to us. So by performing this devotion which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart, we know that Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Bhavamagadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandambudi Vardhanam Pradipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. This cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for millions and trillions of lifetimes. So even if one chants this Hare Krishna mantra, so one has to do continuously chanting without deviation. So the next purport here, Prabhupada, it's a very interesting word. The word that he uses is one has to do this without deviation. Any of us have a problem of deviation here from devotional service? We have a problem of deviation. So here Prabhupada said one should do without deviation. We can take the example of during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes here, the king named Prataparudra. So King Prataparudra wanted to, he heard from his master Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that if Lord Krishna himself has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and distributing the essence of Krishna Prema to all the conditioned souls. So the moment King Prataparudra hears this, he becomes very, very happy. He becomes very, very thrilled. He says, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, can you kindly help me to get the darshan of Lord Chaitanya? So immediately Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya goes, because of his affection for the king. He goes to King Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as soon as he reaches Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, the king is very, very nice and he is looking for a darshan with you. The moment Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that the king wants to see him and it is coming with a recommendation, he becomes very, very angry. He says, Nishkinchanasya bhagavad bhajanonmukhasya param param jigamishor bhavasagarasya sandarshanam vishayina matayoshitam cha ha hanta hanta vishabhakshanatopya sadhau. What are you trying to do, Sarvabhauma, to me? I am trying to cross over this ocean of material existence which is very, very difficult. I am finding it so difficult. For one who has taken the path of pure devotional service, association with materialistic people like king and people who are attached to women, it is more worse than drinking than a poison. What happens if one drinks a poison? Only that life is finished. But if you take a materialistic association, life after life, your Krishna consciousness is ruined. So Mahaprabhu says, alas, don't bring me with such petitions. If you do this, I will go away from here. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya goes back. He says, my dear King Prataparudra, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those who are having such positions are considered to be abominable. So he is decrying, he is denying your darshan. Immediately Prataparudra responds, If that is what Mahaprabhu wants to do, because I have got so much wealth, I have got so much kingdom, I have got so much of opulence, I have got so much of treasury, I have got so much of followers, if that is the reason that Mahaprabhu is rejecting me, let me reject everything. I will become a mendicant and a beggar and fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu. So see the determination of King Prataparudra. He says, this is what I will do. Dharma Sankatam. Sarvam Bhattacharya, whether he will go to Mahaprabhu or he will go to King Prataparudra. No, you should not do all that. Then he has his companion who is Ramananda Rai. So both of them go to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when we all go to our seniors and then do like this, the seniors definitely understand that there is something to come up with. So anyway, he says, what do you want to do? Say, King Prataparudra is so much dedicated to you. This dedication comes. How does a dedication come? See, Prataparudra is dedicated. How does the dedication comes? What is the qualification for one to become dedicated? How does one become dedicated to Krishna? Rukmini never knew Krishna. Rukmini never saw Krishna. She was only hearing about Krishna. So by constantly hearing about Krishna again and again and again from pure Vaishnavas, one becomes dedicated to Krishna. There is a nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which says, Anugrahaya, somewhere in 10th canto, he says, Manusham Tanumasha. He is taking the form of a human form. He comes into this world just to give mercy. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. He says, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. I came to give bhakti. But how does one develop this bhakti? By constantly hearing. But by constantly hearing what? He becomes dedicated. So, here we see King Prataparudra became so dedicated to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to give up everything. And it's about 700 years back. In today's world, if some king is saying that he will give up his position, we'll all become happy. But those days, when the king wanted to give up his position, he's a nice devotee, they didn't want to allow him to give up the kingdom. So they go to Mahaprabhu and make a plea that king is so determined to see you. Then at that time, Mahaprabhu says, okay, now, and then they are all begging for one thing. Somehow we have to pacify him and also make Mahaprabhu not leave Jagannath Puri. So they are pleading for a cowpin of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then bring that cowpin to King Prataparudra. There is no difference between the Lord's holy name and Lord's paraphernalia and Lord's pastime. What is the famous verse in Padma Purana? Which says there is no difference between the Lord and His holy. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityamukto Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. What is the level of consciousness of King Prataparudra? When he got the cowpin, okay, he is a spiritual master who is rejecting me. He is Krishna who is rejecting me. I will take shelter of some other spiritual master. No, he didn't do that. He took those cowpin and he made that as the highest worshipable object of his life. He started worshipping the cowpin. And the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became even more merciful, and then they organized for the son of King Prataparudra to be met by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply embraced that boy. And when the son embraced, again the king embraced the son, he became so happy. But he never gave up. Then he also knew the verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashrena sevaya upadekshante te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. So, when the Rath Yatra came, they all came to rest at the lunch place. It's a place called, there is a garden there. So, all of them came to rest. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came to rest there. So, when the Rath Yatra was beginning, what did King Prataparudra do? He was not a king. He is the I am not a sannyasi, I am not a vanaprastha, I am not a grahastha, I am not a king, I am not a whatever. He says, Gopi Bhartu Padagamaliyo Dasa 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 Anudas. So as a king, he took up the broom. And then wherever Jagannath was supposed to, the path, he was just brooming that place. He became a menial servant there. So as he started brooming, and then all the close associates of Lord Chaitanya said that you could go to that garden and then he can serve Mahaprabhu. So he goes to the garden. Mahaprabhu, after ecstatic dancing in 7 parties, 7 Kirtan parties. So he came and then he just went to rest. And then King Prataparudra, with all humility, Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. He just comes and massages the lotus feet of the Lord. And then as he massages the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, he is repeating the prayers from Gopi Geet. And what is the prayer that he is saying? Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham Shravana mangalam srimadatam bhuvi granantiye bhurida jana. The moment Prataparudra recited the verse, recite again, recite again, recite again. What is the verse? What are your devotees? Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam machitta madgata pranaha. The life soul, the life air is your kata. Kavibiriditam kalmashapaham. It annihilates all the kalmasha from our heart. Shravana mangalam. It makes all auspicious. What is auspiciousness in this world? The only auspiciousness in this world is hearing about Krishna, speaking about Krishna. Yare dekho, tare kaho, Krishna upadesho. Anything apart from Krishna is asat. Anything that is connected to Krishna is sat. Even in those 4 verses of the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, it is said that if someone is thinking that something has value, without Krishna, it has no value. Krishna himself is saying to Brahma. So similarly, what is valuable in this world? Vrisha girastahi asati rasatkata. Whatever we speak in this world, if it has no relation to Krishna, it is called asatkata. Vrisha girastahi, it is only false, temporary, and it has no value, it is asatkata. Na katyate yat bhagavan adokshaja. That which is not talking about adokshaja, na katyate yat bhagavan adokshaja. Whichever is not talking about Krishna, that is asatkata. Then what is real? Tadeva satyam taduhaiva mangalam. That is only satya. What is satya? Tadeva satyam taduhaiva mangalam. That is only auspicious. Tadeva ramyam. Very, very ramya. Very, very tasteful. Ruchiram navam navam. Every time you read the same verse, you get different ruchi. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam. So when you read even one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, that is the Mahotsava. We have had Radharani's appearance day, we had Balram Purnima, we have Krishna Jayanti, and so many Julan Yatra, so many things to come up. But it's not 365 days. Of course, Vaishnavacharya, if we look at all 365 days. But if we take one sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam every day, it is a Manaso Mahotsavam. You don't need anything else. You don't need to organize a big feast, big things. If you just take one verse of Bhagavatam, that's Manaso Mahotsavam. Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. Tadeva Shokarnava Shokhanam Nagnam. What would that one verse do? What would one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam would do? Shokarnavam Drinam. Imagine an ocean of misery. Any of you are facing miseries here? Any of you facing miseries? Any problems? Tadeva Shokarnava Shokhanam Drinam. The entire ocean of miseries will become like a calf's hoof print, but just by taking one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, Samasrada yepada pallava plavam mahatpadam punya yasho murare bhavambudir vatsapadam parampadam padam padam yat vipadam natesham. Every step of this world is full of dangers. But even if someone who has taken shelter of Mukunda, Krishna, The ocean, like a vast ocean of miseries, becomes like a calf's hoof print. Here also it is said, Shokarnava Shohanam Rinam. How is it possible? Yat Uttama Shloka Yashonugiyate. When you discuss about one verse of Bhagavatam, this is the power of Bhagavatam. Lord Shiva is sitting and Parvati is sitting. They are seated in somewhere in Bhuvaneshwar. And then one day Parvati is asking Shiva, my dear Lordship, I have been wanting to ask you a question. What is that due to you have some garland? I have seen jasmine garland, rose garland, lotus vine garland. But you are wearing a garland of skull. What is this garland about? He said, Lord Shiva said, oh, that is different. That's okay. No, I want to know. Anyway, at any point of time, wife asks to know something, you have to say that. So he is saying, this is a skull of yourself to Parvati. In so many lifetimes, you have been my wife, and you are the only wife for me. And every lifetime, after at the end of your lifetime, I take the skull and I add it to my garland. And this is the skull garland, he is saying. Parvati is asking, what is this? Skull garland? It's my skull, which means you don't die, I die. Parvati says, Shiva says, yeah, Parvati, it's like that only. You die, I don't die. How is it possible? That is, that's a different story. We can discuss later. No, I want to know about it. He says, what is that? He's saying, anyone who is absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam will never die. Nimnaganam yatha ganga devanam achyuto yata Vaishnavanam yatha shambhu purananam idam kalau. One who is a devotee Supreme Vaishnava, he is always absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam. And one who is absorbed in Bhagavatam has never death. Parvati says, you have been my husband for so many lifetimes. You never told this secret to me. He said, you never asked me. You never asked me. We have to ask. What should we do? We should ask. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in 1.3.39, the verse says, only by making such enquiries in this world. Repeat, only by making such enquiries in this world can one be successful and perfectly cognizant. Why? For such enquiries, invoke transcendental ecstatic love for Krishna, who is the proprietor of all universes and guarantees. Anyone wants this? What does he guarantee? How many of you want to know what does he guarantee? 100% immunity from the dreadful condition of repeated birth and death. 100% immunity from the dreadful repetition of birth and death. So, enquiries is important. Which enquiries is he referring here? The Saunaka Rishis are asking enquiries to Suta Goswami. Those kind of enquiries is what we have to make in this world so that we can be successful and perfectly cognizant, because such inquiries invoke Krishna Prema and ensures immunity from 100% cycle of birth and death. So these inquiries. So you never asked. Parvati is being told by Shiva, you never asked me this. Okay, so now that you are asking, I will tell you. So, but he says two conditions. So he's saying, what are the two conditions? You should never sleep, because generally when Bhagavatam is taken, generally we tend to sleep. He says you should never sleep. Second condition is that because I will go into trance, I will not know whether you are hearing, there should be no one around us, only you and me. And Parvati agrees. I will not sleep, I will make sure that nobody is around. And then Lord Shiva is started to speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. So because, what is the result of absorbing Srimad Bhagavatam? There is no death for that person. Nobody will, there is no death for the person. So, Lord Shiva is beginning. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Yashu Vairagyam Jnanam Tayadahaitukam. This whom is Parvati. Then he says, Ananya Chintayanto Anya Bila, whatever, the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, some verse. He was just reciting, he's saying, So Parvati is saying, and then Shiva is saying, Shiva is in trance, and after that, both are going on. So Shiva comes out of his trance, and then he finds that Parvati is in deep sleep. But where is this sound coming? He was just wondering. And then he finds that there is a parrot. Oh, this is the parrot which is saying who? He just picked up his weapon and then he went after this parrot. And then it was such a long flight. The parrot is flying, Lord Shiva is flying, it's going. It is such a long flight which we have never seen. And then the parrot is going to Badrikashram. And Badrikashram, there is a husband and wife again. Everywhere you go, only husband and wife. And what does the husband is doing? And husband is speaking and the wife is listening. What is he speaking? What is he speaking? Srimad Bhagavatam. Ye anye ravindaksha vimuktamaninas tvayi ashtabhavata vishuddha buddhaya arukhya krichrena param padam tataha patantyado nadrita yusmadangrayaha. There she is not saying who. She is saying, Krishna did like this, She is opening her mouth like that. And what happened? The parrot directly went into the mouth of this wife. That is none other than Vyasa and his wife. So then Shiva is chasing after. Shiva is asking, hey Vyasadev, did you by any chance see a parrot here? He said, why are you so much agitated? What happens to you? No, I want to know whether there is a parrot here. He says, calm. What happened? He says, my wife wanted to know Srimad Bhagavatam. She wanted to be absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was just telling her with the condition no one should be around. But there is a parrot which seems to have heard the whole Bhagavatam. And then, so I am not happy with this. I want to kill the parrot, Lord Shiva was saying. He says, as much as you are absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam, the parrot is even more absorbed in Bhagavatam. So the parrot cannot be killed. This is the absorption of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we have not even passed one paragraph. So without deviation. So, when King Prataparudra was doing this service, Mahaprabhu became very happy, and then he said, Machita Tavakatamrutam. By hearing the Bhagavad Katha, and most munificently by giving it to others, this is the highest activities. There are a lot of activities. What is the highest activity? The highest activity is to give Krishna consciousness to others. The highest activity is to give Krishna prema to others. There could be, we may think we are doing something good to others. Prabhupada used to tell a story. There was a mother, Prabhupada overheard that his neighbor's mother was screaming at his youngest son. And Prabhupada was wondering why she is screaming so much towards his son. So later he found the truth. Why she was screaming? His brother had a typhoid. And the doctors advised not to give him any solid food. But mother said, no solid to you. But the elder brother begged to the younger brother, no, give me some hot parathas. I want parathas. So he is also suffering, he is wanting paratha. So this person went and gave paratha. And the disease increased and it became very, very harmful to his life itself. So when the mother came to know, she chastised him so much that in the name of doing good to him, you are almost killing him. So, we don't know. We have to have knowledge by giving what the mass will be benefited. There was a child, again Prabhupada quotes this story. There was a child, he had no mother and father. So the aunt was growing this child. So Prabhupada, this aunt was finding that every day he brings some pencils, he brings some notebook, and she was asking, what is that you are bringing all this? No, I just stole it from my classmate. So she was thinking, anyway, my expenses are reducing, it's okay. And as he grew, he became a thief, he became a murderer, he became so bad. So the police called him and he was sentenced to death. And the judges were asking, do you have any final desire? He said, yes, I want to speak to my aunt for a moment. I want to speak to her confidentially in her ears. So they also allowed. The aunt is crying. She is also coming close. And he went close to the eyes and he actually bit her ears so badly, it was bleeding. Hey, I am feeling so bad that you are about to die. Why are you doing this to me? He said, when I was a child, you should have corrected me not stealing the pencil or paper or a notebook. I would not have become a murderer. I would have become, because you did not correct me, you are crying and you are the reason for my death today. You are the reason for my death today. He is saying like that. So like that, we should know what to profit others, what to give it to others. So Sukadeva Goswami especially requested King Parikshit to note this fact very carefully. There is no profit, however, in executing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. We know from the Krishna book, we know from the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedic ritualistic Brahmanas were doing so much of rituals, but they neglected Krishna. As a result, they were only favored, the Krishna and Balaram favored only the wives of the Brahmana Patnis. On the other hand, those who are chanting the holy names, even Haridas Thakur was born in a Mlecha family. Advaita Acharya used to call Haridas Thakur for Shraddha Patra. Only the highest qualified Brahmana should be given the Shraddha Patra. Whereas if you look at from the bodily concept of life, Haridas Thakur was born in a Mlecha family. But he was considered the topmost Vaishnava, Brahmana, and he was fed by Advaita Acharya. So, that is the benefit of chanting the holy name. We are all so fortunate to be under the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada. What is the pious activity that we did to become Krishna conscious? How many of you think we are pious to be Krishna conscious? How many of you think we are pious to be Krishna conscious? Something last life. Actually, one devotee went to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, you always say that we must have some pious credit to become a devotee. What is the credit that I did to become a devotee? And Prabhupada said, I created that credit in you. I created this credit in you. It is not that you... he was thinking that I have some past credit. No. Even that credit I created in you. That is the mercy of the Srila Prabhupada. So, see, this is Mahaprabhu's movement. We are all fortunate to know, because Prahlad says, Nate viduhu swarthagadim hi Vishnu. One who, the goal of life is to know ultimately Vishnu and service to Vishnu. And that is by the grace of Prabhupada we have all come to know. But are we taking it seriously? That is the question. And there are devotees who are willing to wait hundreds and thousands of births to become a devotee of Mahaprabhu. When Mukunda did some mistake, Mahaprabhu said, he should not see me. Then Mukunda is asking, when will I be able to see you? You can see me after 10,000 lifetimes. Jai! I will be able to see Mahaprabhu after 10,000 lifetimes. Because Mahaprabhu is so rare But because he is made available to so easily, many times we are not able to appreciate his the benefit that we are deriving. So every morning we are all chanting. Jiva Goswami in one place says there are two kinds of chanting. There are two kinds of chanting. One chanting is ordinary chanting, and another chanting is by ordinary chanting. Ordinary chanting means without offenses. How many of you would like to do ordinary chanting without offenses? He says, by doing ordinary chanting, you will go to the place of Krishna. But there is another way of chanting. There is another way of chanting. Huh? What is that? What is that? Okay, there is another way of chanting. We have that for everything other than Krishna. But if we have that for Krishna, if we chant affectionately for Krishna, Krishna will come to us. By doing ordinary chanting, we will go to the place of Krishna. By chanting affectionately, Krishna will come to us. And we will be engaged in his personal service. We will be engaged in his personal service. So, I am extremely thankful to all of you for giving me an opportunity to share a few words. Any comments, corrections, please feel free. Because the time is 9, I am closing halfway. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Oh.
We all know that Arjuna was taught Bhagavad Gita because Sakha and he was his devotee, Bhakta. And many want to know why Krishna chose him. There's a small story. And one time, Krishna and Arjuna returned to Dwaraka. Arjuna was handling the chariot. So when they reached Dwaraka, he was tired and went to the guest house to sleep. After a while, Rukmini came to Krishna and announced that the prasad was ready. Krishna said that we have a guest at home. I will not eat till he is ready. I hope all of you know who the guest, Arjuna. So Mother Rukmini went to wake up Arjuna. When she got into his room, she was so surprised to see that each and every part, each and every pore of Arjuna's body was chanting Krishna, Krishna. And he was sleeping. Seeing this amazing sight, she got transfixed and she started clapping her hands. And now, still not over, still more. Narada Muni showed up and told Krishna, your food is getting cold. And he went to wake up Arjuna. He saw the same sight. He too got transfixed and started playing Veena. And Satyabhama came there to call the Lord to eat. And then she said, she will go up and wake up Arjuna. When she got to Arjuna's room, saw him chanting in his sleep, Rukmini clapping, Narada playing Veena, she forgot about the food and started dancing. Finally, Lord Krishna decided to go and to wake up Arjuna himself. When he reached there, saw all of them in Sankirtana, his heart started overflowing with love, and he sat on the bed and started massaging the feet of Arjuna. And Arjuna woke up with a start and said, Lord, what are you doing? The Lord said, you love me with each and every pore of your body, and that is why you are so dear to me. Saying this, he warmly embraced Arjuna. Devotees are sleeping. If you just wake up, it will Hare Krishna. So this, I've seen many devotees, but sometimes what happened, we only chant the near and dear one's name. Amma, Appa. Sometimes we climb the steps. The rain was coming yesterday. Many of them, when they're trying to sleep, Ayo, Amma. So, like Ajamila got a chance to Narayan, if we don't practice now chanting Krishna, the small danger, death danger is very big. So we have to fix our mind, practice now itself. But I found out the lady who was telling Ayo, the other devotee is telling Krishna. She got very bit. celebration of the World Holy Name Week, and we request all the devotees who have performed chanting, and you have chanted extra rounds also. Many of you chanted 64 rounds. Please send a report. And the World Holy Name team, headed by Loknath Maharaj, is waiting to get all the stories and to be posted so that other devotees can be benefited. My experience is, yesterday I received a WhatsApp message from one of the devotees from West Mambalam. He put a picture of himself and another person. So they had a auto rickshaw, backside they had this Holy Name poster, and the speaker was telling, please chant, and it was going around the street. It happened to go to one street behind Ayodhya Mandapam. One person came out, he said, I am an IAS officer. I was in the government secretariat. My relative is serving in ISKCON. He didn't know, he told me Karmi name, Suresh. That was my name. Now this devotee didn't know. Then he had, no, he is actually the management. He saw, then he had some picture. He said, yeah. Then he sent me that, he took a selfie with that IAS officer and sent me. And because of that holy name vibrating, my cousin brother, he came out of the house. I was inquiring. So that shows this holy name can bring people in from inside. And he has never come to a temple. One time he came. So he said, now I want to come to a temple after saying that. The holy name can invite people. Like Jagai Madai was invited to come outside their house because Haridas Thakur Nityananda was chanting. Even though they didn't like, they somehow came and saw. That first sight of this Vaishnava purified them. Of course, they started harming them. Later they got the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this shows we have to go and give. We can't expect people to come and take. The expert businessman is going out to give his products. More we talk about the product, more people. So we have to talk about this product. As Prabhu said, it's the most costliest, wealthiest, most expensive, which in the entire universe, which Lord has given us in a free. So we have to take it, take some for us, and give to others also. So this is wonderful. Devotees who can share, you can use your WhatsApp group or whatever, share all the photographs and realizations. You can interview even the people who chanted, take a 2-minute clip. Prabhu gave 1 hour lecture, so we can ask 2 people, don't have time. 1 hour, we can have 1 minute. Please tell what happened during this holy name. Oh, I got ecstatic. I felt eyes, tears coming. Whatever. Different devotees, children. One small child. Yesterday, when Modi was giving a speech in Howdy Modi. That means, how are you, Modi? They're asking. He said, I am fine. Everything is happening nice. There, one small boy, 8-year-old boy from Karnataka, he took his mobile phone. He told both President of America and Modi, I want to take selfie. Both of them, everyone was there, big ministers and all the Democrats, Republicans. They didn't get a chance to take photo. This child took a nice photo. And that has become a big hit. So this shows the Lord may be Supreme Person of Godhead. He gets surrendered to the love of his devotion. This boy was so innocent. He just ran and told, I want to take selfie. They both hugged and you took a selfie. So likewise, we may not be a Pandit, we may not be a big orator of speech. If we have the love and affection to chant sincerely Krishna's name, Krishna will himself come in front of us and chant, like we saw Arjuna. There was a big Naga Sankirtan going on in that room.
Since you talked about the Holy Name Week, we were all fortunate. I think one of the Vaishnavis is entering and Arisun is also. Last weekend, it's for the pleasure of their lordships and all the Vaishnavas. Last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, by the causeless mercy of Gaur Nitai, we were able to go on the streets of, primary streets of T Nagar, like Nanganathan Street, Usman Road, Panangal Park, and some of the streets, and distributed the holy name cards to a lot of people. Exact statistics will come to you. The other thing that we did, as you said, is we had Prabhupada chanting and the glories of the holy name going around. I think we tried to not to spare even a single street in and around Mambalam. So, which means every street, every house has heard about the holy name. So, that was our fortune. We want to offer that to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।